Fellow automotive YouTuber Savagegeese recently put out a video going over the worst trends in modern vehicles. In that video, he covered some of the most annoying features that, unfortunately, many manufacturers are building into their new cars. While some automotive trends are frustrating to live with on a daily basis, there are others that we should be really happy about. So, in response to the worst car trends, this video is going to cover the top 10 best trends in modern cars. We're going to count down 10 features and technologies that make the cars we drive today better than anything we've seen before. And by the end of this video, you'll know not only what those trends are, but how they make our lives better on a daily basis. If an automotive trend you like isn't mentioned in this video, please drop a comment down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our videos. To kick off, we're referring to any piece of technology automakers use in a new car to make the driving experience safer, more comfortable, and more convenient. This includes features like adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, heads-up displays, 360-degree top-down cameras, automatic high beams, and more. But the one feature we like the most is the heads-up display. This technology is really catching on in newer cars, and they can be used to display all sorts of information, including your speed, what gear you're in, navigation instructions, and what music you're playing. They're really cool because they allow drivers to keep their eyes on the road, since most of the information you need is right in your line of sight. These driver assistance technologies are becoming standard equipment on many new models. Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, for example, is a driver enhancement suite that includes adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, and adaptive high beams. The Safety Sense 2.0 suite is standard equipment on the new Corolla as well as the new RAV4. And other manufacturers are also fitting this sort of driver assistance tech as standard equipment across their lineups as well.
Heads-up displays are handy, but what's really important is that this technology is saving lives.
In a lot of ways, we have so much more choice than we've ever had before in new cars. Three specific features that highlight this particularly well are adaptive suspension, customizable exhaust notes, and power adjustable seats. This trend of customization is even making its way down to entry-level economy cars, and is no longer reserved for high-end luxury or performance models. Adaptive suspension allows drivers to adjust the firmness of a car's ride at the push of a button. That lets you have a soft, comfortable ride for your morning commute, and then when the road gets twisty, you can firm up the suspension to improve the car's handling. Then there's changing up your exhaust noise. More modern cars feature butterfly valves in the exhaust system that open or close depending on how loud you want the exhaust to be. Opening the valve results in more noise, while keeping it closed keeps the car quiet. Cars like the Ford Mustang let you choose an exhaust mode so you can thunder down the open road or keep from annoying everyone in your neighborhood. Power adjustable seats have been around for a long time, actually. However, now they come with more adjustments than ever before. Plus, more and more cars have memory buttons, so you can tailor your seating position exactly how you want it and then keep it that way. Take the new Lincoln Continental, for example. It has 30-way power adjustable seats, which allow you to dial in your seating position to make the drive as comfortable as possible. This level of customization is a trend that we love. Let's face it, we can't all afford different cars for every occasion. Many of us need one vehicle that can do many things. Being able to change up the ride, the noise, and the seating position in more and more ways makes a car usable in a wider variety of situations. The Hyundai Veloster N has both adaptive suspension and adaptive exhaust, so you can have a loud, crackling track monster with one setting and a comfy, practical, quiet hatchback with another. What do I mean by Combustion Engine 2.0? Well, while electrification may be on the horizon, manufacturers are refining the combustion engine here and now to make it both more powerful and more efficient. Nissan now has a turbocharged variable compression ratio engine that can adapt to the driving situation for more power or more efficiency. Mazda will also soon sell their new Skyactiv X engine that, simply put, combines the benefits of gasoline and diesel power. By incorporating elements from both engines into a single unit, the Skyactiv X engine can produce more power while also using less fuel than previous gasoline engines. Even the Swedish hypercar manufacturer Koenigsegg has gotten in on the party. They're developing a technology called free valve that features fully variable valve actuation. What that means is instead of tying valves together using camshafts, future engines may use pneumatic springs tied to position sensors to precisely control when and how much each individual valve opens and closes. Being able to do that allows for great control over the combustion cycle, allowing for more power and greater efficiency. All-wheel drive is more popular than ever before, particularly with booming crossover sales, and that's a really cool thing for us consumers. All-wheel drive systems used to be more of a luxury, an option that would cost thousands of dollars and was only really offered on larger, more expensive vehicles. But now that technology is getting cheaper and easier to use on smaller, less expensive cars. For example, Subaru, a company that helped push all-wheel drive to the people, offers their Impreza for $18,495 with all-wheel drive. The Jeep Renegade comes with all-wheel drive for just over $20,000, as does the Hyundai Kona. For those of us who live in a place with harsh winters, all-wheel drive coupled with good snow-ready tires offers great peace of mind. And even in warmer areas, all-wheel drive cars can offer more sure-footed handling on twisty roads, making for a safer and in some ways more fun driving experience. This will be a controversial item for driving enthusiasts out there, but hear me out. Each year, we're getting closer and closer to having passenger cars that can drive themselves. Cadillac's Super Cruise and Tesla's Autopilot are two examples of autonomous tech that already exist, and more are on the way from virtually every other auto manufacturer. Eventually, these systems will become so advanced that they'll be able to help alleviate traffic and reduce accidents, which would mean less headache for everyone. The enthusiast in me is definitely scared about losing the ability to drive, but on the other side of the coin, there are advantages to autonomous vehicles. My parents are not at an age where I need to worry about their mobility, but some of you might have friends or family who may not be in the best state to drive as well as they used to. It's nice to know that they'll soon be able to hop in an autonomous vehicle to take them around. They get to keep their independence while the car will get them to their destination safely. For the rest of us, it would take some of the headache out of driving through traffic. Simply being able to tell your car where to go while it takes care of all the driving would make some situations a lot less stressful. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety says about half of all fatal crashes in the US occur after dark. And what's even worse is that more than a quarter of fatal accidents occur on unlit roads. That's of course why good headlights are super important, and luckily for us, the technology is getting much better in modern vehicles. Laser and LED matrix headlights are two great examples of how much headlight technology has advanced in recent years. Audi's matrix LEDs use a series of 25 LED bulbs which can actively block out a portion of the beam to avoid blinding oncoming drivers. The system judges when to dim a part of the beam depending on what radar and camera systems detect up ahead. That way, it can dim the bulbs that shine directly into the oncoming lane while still illuminating the road ahead of you. Laser headlights, on the other hand, offer a brighter beam that uses less energy. BMW says their laser headlights are 1,000 times brighter than LEDs but use half the energy, meaning less energy taken away from other electrical systems. Plus, the laser headlight assembly is much smaller than traditional headlights. This gives designers more freedom to design sleeker, more aerodynamic cars without having to build in big, bulbous, and inefficient light assemblies. These days, the IIHS is testing headlight performance as a part of its safety rating program. This means manufacturers will have to keep improving headlight tech, which will result in better, safer headlights for all of us. In the past few years, we've seen transmissions gain more and more gears. 8, 9, and 10-speed transmissions are a common occurrence in new cars, and that's a good thing. Having more speeds in a transmission allows a car to better select the right gear for the situation. That lets the engine run more efficiently, and while more gears allows for better use of the engine's power, automatic transmissions have gotten faster and more robust than ever before, which is one reason they've been replacing the old-fashioned manual transmission in most modern cars. While manual transmissions aren't as prevalent as they used to be, they've also improved by way of electronic rev matching systems that make it easier to downshift. Even continuously variable transmissions, CVTs as they're called, have also improved in recent years. While they're not the most engaging transmissions in the world, they offer relatively smooth power delivery and comparable efficiency to modern automatic transmissions. Modern infotainment systems have made their way down to even the most basic new cars, and they allow us a way to plug our phones in so we're always connected to the world. Our messages, phone calls, music, and navigation can now all be accessed through the screen on our dashboard. Even in cars without navigation systems, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto offer a new degree of connectivity through your smartphone for free. Amazon Alexa is also becoming more prevalent in modern cars, letting drivers use voice commands to control not just functions inside the car, but their other internet-connected devices as well, like smart devices inside the home. Having all this connectivity in one location means that ideally, people spend less time looking at their cell phones and more time focusing on the road. Savagegeese made a great point in his video that the lack of standardization in infotainment systems makes them really frustrating to use. But with more and more manufacturers integrating Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, you have systems that are familiar regardless of what car you're in. Better yet, they're well thought out, intuitive, and responsive, so they're easier to learn right off the bat. This sort of support has become so commonplace in new cars that we actually find it disappointing when a car doesn't have it. Cars are getting bigger than ever before, and yet they're also getting lighter, and that's mainly thanks to the increased use of lightweight materials. Carbon fiber, composites, aluminum, and other alloys are increasingly being used in the construction of our cars over traditional steel bodywork. Automakers are also using special adhesives in certain areas over using rivets and bolts like they used to. All those small changes add up to make modern cars lighter than ever before, especially considering how much technology we're cramming into them. Less weight is good for a number of different reasons. For one, you get better fuel economy, but you also get better acceleration, better handling, and better braking performance. Plus, it allows manufacturers to add in all the great technology that we talked about earlier. Making cars lighter while also improving safety will always be a good thing in my book. Take a look at long-term dependability ratings from firms like J.D. Power or Consumer Reports, and you'll find that new cars are more satisfying to own today than ever before. Plus, new cars are getting more and more reliable than ever before. Manufacturers have incorporated more computers into modern cars, which makes it easier for mechanics to diagnose problems through the OBD2 port, that little plug under your dash, when they do happen. Even so, those problems are fewer and farther between as manufacturers have improved build quality in their newer models. Plus, automakers are also offering longer comprehensive warranties on their new cars. Hyundai and Kia famously offer a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Volkswagen also now has a 6-year, 72,000-mile warranty on their new vehicles. That does mean more peace of mind to you and me as we put down thousands of dollars of our hard-earned money towards buying brand new cars. It's good to know that those cars likely won't end up back in the shop all the time. There you go, guys. Those are the top 10 new car trends that we love to see. I want to give a special thanks to Savagegeese for inspiring this video. One of the best ways to keep the positive changes coming in new cars is by pointing out the bad as well as the good. Especially in today's connected, competitive world, manufacturers have to listen to their customers, and making your voice heard can have a large impact on the features that we'll see in new vehicles very soon. For another side of the discussion, please be sure to check out Savagegeese's video, which is full of really good information. A link to that video is in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please be sure to come back to tflcar.com for the latest news, views, and real-world reviews, and more videos about the good and bad trends in the automotive segment. See you guys next time.